Hi, I'm Andy Johnston, Senior Vice President with your Grand Rapids Chamber. I'm really excited to be joined today by Deidra Mitchell, President and CEO of Waséyabek. Deidra, Waséyabek recently topped the list of the top minority-owned businesses in the region, and you recently published a Tribal Economic Impact Study. Talk a little bit about the importance of Native American-owned businesses in the area and what it means to us.
That's going to be really easy because I'm going to give you some stats from
All right,
the study.
great.
And it is specifically a tribal non-gaming. So this doesn't include casinos or any gaming activities. So 12 federally recognized tribes participated in 78 different types of non-gaming businesses, producing 4,179 jobs at an average wage of $67,000 a year.
Oh, wow.
Additionally, they created $1.2 billion in total economic impact and contributed $136 million in taxes.
That's a big impact.
That's a big impact.
And not one I think the general business community or maybe the general population is aware of.
Yeah, I think when most people think of tribes, they think of casinos, and they're not aware that we do all these other kinds of businesses as well. So we did the first one in 2019, and we only had 9 tribes participate. But this time around, 5 years later, we did it. We repeated it, had all 12 federally recognized tribes. And it was really nice to see that growth. And there's been a lot of things happening in the last 5 years, COVID, some recessions. And so to see that growth during that time period was pretty awesome.
Deidra, you mentioned that this study, this Tribal Economic Impact Study, brought together the 12 tribes. Which tribe does Waséyabek represent?
Waséyabek is owned by the Nottawasapi Huron Band of the Potawatomi. And they are a sister band to some other Potawatomi tribes here in Michigan. But we're really proud of the fact we brought the 12 tribes together to work together. That's, I think, a goal of most tribes. But it's not always as easily said as done because there's different structures and different interests. So we were really proud of being able to do that.
Yeah, group work is hard,
Yes.
but there's strength in coming together and collaborating. Are there any collaborations that you think might come out of the study as a result?
I think, again, just raising the awareness of the tribes and what we do, because even amongst ourselves, we were like, wow, somebody does this and somebody does that. I mean, it was really eye-opening. So I think there will be opportunities for us all to come together even more than we already do.
Yeah, Waséyabek has really expanded across numerous industries recently, both small and large. What have you learned from your growth and diversification strategy over the recent years?
Something that we've been very conscious of as we've put together our portfolio is not only how those businesses do in economic cycles, because some businesses will do better in an up cycle versus a down cycle, but also then how they fit together. How can they complement one another in our portfolio? So, knowing what's going on in your community and knowing what's needed out there, and then conscientiously building your business, it's worked out well for us. So.
Over the time, we've really enjoyed Waséyabek's engagement in the Grand Rapids Chamber. How have you seen the benefit of engaging with the Chamber for your organization and your team?
Mason and I were just talking about that on the way over, and I said I felt so welcomed by the Chamber because I was pretty new to the community, and then I ended up hosting the CEO Summit, which was a wonderful experience, and I was given the opportunity to meet many people in the community. But we have different people throughout our organization that are in different programs that you have, different committees. I know one of our CFO meets with the CFO group. We had somebody go through Leadership GR, and just has really enjoyed the relationship. And we come over and use your wonderful facilities, which I think has such good energy. But you do so many good things for the community, and reaching out and making those connections. That's been really valuable for us.
Business is really about people. And what kind of leadership practices or cultural values are you incorporating when you're doing all that growth to make sure that you're having success?
So tribes normally refer to the 7 grandfather teachings. So those are at the core of our values. I think we're really lucky in that we have a mission that's really tied to the people, and the people that work in our company can see what they do every day impacting a whole nation of people. And that's really powerful. And I would assume everybody in the Grand Rapids community feels that way too. What we do affects our community, and that's more powerful than just about anything you can say, I think, to motivate people. So.
And having strong people, strong teams is really key. I think the word of the year for 2025 is uncertainty. An economist at the Econ Club just said, we're navigating by the stars right now under cloudy skies.
Yeah.
What do you see when you look ahead? Maybe trends or challenges that are facing West Michigan businesses over the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, we have some of the same ones we've had for a while. Labor, affordable housing, everything that brings labor to our area. I personally see AI coming at us hard and fast, and how do we develop a posture around that where we're innovating with it and taking advantage of it, but also protecting ourselves? That's my big scary thing in the future.
What do you mean by protecting ourselves?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Just put everything out there. It'll be all right.
Right. No, I think one of the things we've talked about is how do you protect some of those critical thinking skills, amongst your teams.
Yes.
But it can really be a tailwind for businesses to increase productivity. And it's just how we incorporate it into our workflows.
Yeah.
When you think about the tribal economic impact that we're having, how can the general business community incorporate that maybe into their business strategies or connect with tribally owned businesses?
Well, our study is available on Waséyabek.com, and you can read it there, and it lists the different tribes that participated. All of them have some form of economic development. And I would say with tribes, these are the tribes' indigenous lands. So you're looking at a partner that's going to stay in the community in perpetuity. And they're going to want to grow and succeed in the communities as well and help them grow. And so obviously with what we've produced economically, we're viable business partners and ones that want to partner with others in the area.
So be sure to check out that report. And then I want to end the way I always love to end is maybe not what's the best leadership advice you've gotten in your life, but what's some that you've received that you might want to highlight for our listeners that maybe helps you as a leader navigating these somewhat uncertain times?
Yeah. I think as a young professional, somebody said to me, you're the author of your own story, because we get into jobs. I thought I did anyway, as a young professional, and you think your company's going to take care of you and push you through the system and, everything's going to be fine. And then they're like, nope, you're the author of your own story. How do you want that to look? So I think that goes through your whole career. And then everything we do gets done through people. And so treating people well and partnering with them, their families we're building legacies not only for the companies we work with and the organizations we work with, but also for the families that work there.
That's fantastic advice, something that I think will resonate with all of our chamber members. So as you are working to author your own story and build that lasting legacy, be sure to connect with your Grand Rapids Chamber so you can meet with leaders like Deidra Mitchell. And you can find out more about what the Chamber can do to help your business grow at grandrapids.org. Thank you so much.